All right, welcome back to our next Excel tutorial, Excel 5 minutes tutorial, that is. In this particular lesson, we'll be taking a look at functions and how they work and look at how they differ from writing actual formulas. So let's jump into it. Now, for this particular one, I'm going back to my rainfall data, and we want to take a look at how we use functions. Now, functions are pre-built. Functions are things that we can use in order to manipulate or to manipulate a range of data as opposed to writing out a formula. So say, for example, we wanted total rainfall activity for Monday across all districts. So we wanted to add 3, 1, 2, and 1, or Toledo's data for Monday, Stan Creek's data, Cayo's and Orange Walk's data here. Now, how we know to do this is that we would write in equal, in this case, B4 plus D4 plus this one plus that one, right? But that is very burdensome in terms of writing out data. Now, formulas, I can see where it's useful, and this would give us our answer for that particular area. But formulas, try to limit it to when you don't have to deal with a range of data. Now, in our case, in terms of writing out functions, you write equal followed by the function name. And the first function we'll be using is the sum function. So equals sum, open bracket. And notice it tells you exactly what is needed. So it needs a number 1, and it needs a number 2, and it needs the starting of the range, and the ending of the range. So in our case, equals sum of B4 to, and we use a colon as to signify to, E4, and then close brackets. And so remember in lesson 1 or 2, I think we spoke about the range of data. And so this range then is from B4 to E4. So using the sum function, it actually adds everything that is in that range. So all the cells are added together. So like formulas, because we want to fill in the rest of this data, but we know that our function will change. Now it will be equal sum for this particular row for Tuesday of B5 to E5. It means then that we can also autofill this, right? So let's do that. So we can click here and autofill down. It gives us the function for our various totals for the different sections. Good. So if we look at it up here also, it tells us the same thing, right? That we can use the autofill feature on functions also, right? These are outputs. So I'll format this cell as a output. And again, you could do the manual formatting that goes here, right? So that's total. Let's say we wanted to find out the highest rainfall activity, or the highest number of rainfall that fell for that particular day. Now we're not concerned about where it came from, we just want the highest number. So we'll choose a label that as highest. Right. That's a good idea to label this as heading 2 also. Alright, so we'll choose then the function to use is equal max. Equal max. Again, these functions are pre-built, so you have to use, or you must use, the same names that are given. So equals max and the cell range, right? Notice that I can just drag and highlight that, and it gives me the range, and then enter. So now I can autofill that, and it gives me the highest value for all the cells. Now another way of doing this, and let me get rid of this to show you something. If I wanted to find total sum, then it means that I can also use this button here up in the editing tab, right? For home, I can choose here and choose sum, and it automatically selects the range that it thinks I want, right? Which is correct in this case. And so I can also then autofill those cells. The other one is lowest, and so we'll return the lowest value. And what name do you think we could use for that particular function name? Yes, we can use something called equal min followed by the range that we are looking for, in this case B4 to E4, and of course we can autofill that also. Good. So I want you to go ahead and fill in the average rainfall of cells for each day, and while we're there, let's also do a product, just so that you can use product, which probably won't make sense for rainfall data, but see if we can also find out how to do the product function.